So it's not the worst deal in the world for cabaré. They still have 3 big combos, and Melver is going to drop, so that's going to be bigger. Sadly traded by Vinicius, though. The opportunity was there to take the lead, but with Storm K macing as well, it's really only Fake Defons, and now nearly a full team reset for cabaré. Only Defons holding, really. And on the other side, impeccable full combos on the side of Andros, and of course Bunny Like Money with the highest accuracy, as to be expected. This really is his type of map. He's so comfortable. Really a player to be feared on those Nomad 2 maps. With that said, it's not that far ahead for Grease Monkey on their opening pick. I know it's about 200k, but Fake Defons is still holding, doing everything he can, and showing why he was picked on this Brazilian Osu World Cup team last year. Definitely a player to be feared on the tournament scene. So far, he is lacking the recovery, though, and we're going to see who holds through this big stream section, and Armandi's going to be the first one to drop. Melver dropped earlier as well. It is going to be traded by Storm K and Sasori and Vinicius. Bunny Like Money missing on the other side, though. It is now only Andros and Defons holding. The recoveries are much bigger on the side, but Melver's dropping it well. Andros is dropping as well. Fake Defons can make this happen now. There's still a lot of map to be remaining. Fake Defons can make this happen. He has to hold as long as he can, but he's going to break. Sadly, he drops. And now the drops are falling all over the place on the side of cabaré, and Fake Defons was basically their only hope on this map. So now, despite Andros and Bunny Like Money missing earlier, it's going to be basically a highway towards scoring this first point for Grease Monkey, as the team consistency simply was not there on that Nomad 2 pick, unfortunately. Sasori, Storm K, and Vinicius are really struggling. Bunny Like Money is going to miss once again, actually, but Fake Defons really tried his hardest. Is still top scoring in the lobby, actually. Maybe Andros can get back in front in terms of score, but still a very, very fair attempt on the side of Fake Defons. Sadly, was lacking a bit of consistency on his team overall. It's the opening pick of Grease Monkey. You would expect them to be favorites. So, no big deal. They can still come back into this, but Fake Defons, man. What an attempt. I'm just going to call him Defons from now on. He's not the real Defons, but he sure is showing an impressive performance on this opening pick from Grease Monkey. It is going to be a 1-0 lead now. No big deal so far. Only 1 point. And now, let's see what kind of opening pick can cabaré sasoriosu pull off. Try and stay in this matchup. But that score on Defons surely is showing why and how they were able to upset the team last week. How they were able to upset and get in that top 24 finish, at the very least, despite being seeded 32nd in qualifiers. You can also take a quick check on the other match on the first channel. It looks like it's about finished, so we should be getting Shiba here pretty soon. I think in any minute now, and there he is. Hello, Shiba.
Hello, hello. I'm here.
Welcome. You only missed one map, so it's all good. No much.
Oh, the custom? No.
Yeah, you missed the custom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was really excited to see this custom, and it was about a 600k win for Grease Monkey, despite being top scored by Fake Defons on the side of cabaré Sasori.
Alrighty, let me grab the MPs real quick.
Yeah,
let me
really,
get those.
cabaré just really lacking the team consistency on that opening pick from Grease Monkey, but is now going to be ET1 as the first pick for cabaré sasoriosu. And I really hope they can make it happen. I was saying how being seeded 30 seconds, they already outdid their seeding as they're in the top 24 now, having gotten the upset last week. So we're gonna see Rebo making his first entry in this lobby. And looks like the roster is remaining unchanged on the side of cabaré sasoriosu. Andros, of course, gonna be staying. If you know anything about Andros, you know how good he is on those DT maps. Really double time specialist. You also know him for his high BPM tapping.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very afraid of Andros' potential on this. I feel like generally Grease Monkey have a really powerful double time roster. Quite a duality level team. You have some really good hybrid players who, despite being quite flexible, do have their significant strengths, especially in hidden. Melver and Yokespy are two very dangerous players on this team for the hidden maps and free mod especially. But on top of that, you got some really good mechanics and hard rock players as well, Bunny Like Money is a player that I'm looking at to be really deadly for this team on the Fremonts, especially the double times. Hunter and Andros and Rebo, all three really good mechanics players. Grease Monkey, far and away the favorites to take this match, but a little bit of potential from cabaré to maybe get a couple upset picks here and there. Fake Defons, especially the biggest potential player to maybe do something.
Yeah, definitely wasn't selected on this Osu World Cup Brazilian team for nothing, and he showed it in his base on his first pick, getting the top score on Nomad 2. And we're going to see Hunter as well. That's a very notable player, because if you've been following the tournament scene for a while, Hunter is a name you probably recognize, because he was on those Norwegian teams for Osu World Cups back in like 2015, 2016 as a DT specialist, and he was super consistent on this. And he's made his return this year in the tournament scene, so really, really excited to see him. It's so funny to see Hunter in the lobby next to players like Andros and Bunny Like Money, who made much later appearances in the tournament scene, historically wise, on Osu, and so we're gonna be maybe our Bunny. Yeah, there he is. We're all good. We're all set.
Yeah, Hunter is an old OG legend from Norway, previously known to be one of the strongest mechanics players in Europe, and coming back after a pretty long break. We hadn't seen him play in tournaments for a good while, and now finally able to see him play once again in some recent tournaments in late 2023 and 2024. And as we get into the DT1 here, we're already seeing a few early breaks here. Storm, Sasori, both going down here on the side of cabaré. But it is traded by both Hunter and Armani as we get into the first Ki. The aim starts to ramp just a little bit there. Sasori and Storm both go down once again. Fake Devons and Vinicius still keeping those full combos alive against Andros and Bunny Like Money.
Vinicius dropping though. That's only 1 against 2. Fake Devons once again alone standing against those 2 full combos. Andros and Bunny Like Money once again, as it was on Nomad 2 and Bunny Like Money with the exceptional accuracy. He's showing it once again. He is to be feared on those tapping maps, on those DT maps. You said it before, really this impressive specialist to be facing against. Fake Defense is doing everything he can, and Armani is dropping, so that's maybe going to get a little bit more breathing room. A little bit more now, actually, with Andros dropping, but it's still Bunny Like Money holding against Fake Defense. And as I say that, though, Fake Defense drops, it's now only Bunny Like Money with any combo to speak of. And backed up by Hunter as well. We talked about him, and it's not looking too good now for cabaré, sadly, on their first pick. It's nearly 500k difference.
Yeah, Bunny Like Money, keeping that full combo still intact as we get into the bridge here. One of the much harder parts of the map here, where you get a lot of aim control, a lot of finger control past this section with loads of doubles in there. Bunny Like Money clearing that with ease. 99.21% accuracy. Very, very good score here. Hunter also got that recovery intact, where unfortunately on the side of cabaré, the majority of the lobby unfortunately not able to hold on to any combo past that bridge. As we get into the final Ki, the score lead just becomes simply impossible to contest. Hunter drops, unfortunately, but not still going to be an issue here, as Bunny Like Money keeps that combo alive with that 1 million score and that 98.99 accuracy. Beautiful stuff, bordering a 99. That is a full combo for Bunny Like Money.
That is a really impressive score, and you said it. He was the specialist to be feared on that kind of map. And we're basically seeing a repeat of that Nomad 2 map earlier, is that early off, we see a lot of drops on the side of cabaré, and then it's basically Fake Defense holding against whoever was the full combo remaining. This time was Bunny Like Money, and it's basically a one-on-one, but with much higher consistency on the roster overall for Grease Monkey. And we are definitely seeing a bit of redemption they're going to be looking for in that loser's bracket after dropping to the upset against Together We Are Terrific last week. They dropped 5-1 against the seed 11, and so they're now very highly seeded team in the loser's bracket very early on, so they're looking to take this, and so far we've seen really impressive scores on their side, and it's now their turn to pick once again. And with how I've gone those first 2 maps, Shiba, I think they're probably going to want to abuse those mechanics advantages. We are going to see the Fremont 2.
Yeah, Fremont 2 coming back once again. This is once again a Fremont aim. There's a lot of aim in this poll. Get ready for me to say that word a lot.
Yeah.
But
maybe too much aim.
Yeah, maybe a little too much, but I'm sure the map pullers will adjust next week. Yeah, this Rainbow 2 is a little bit unique, but still following that same skill set. It's a little bit of a high BPM aim consistency with CS3 AR9. So much more comfortable for... on here.
Yeah, you said so, and the mix of those really snappy patterns with the 240 BPM bursts definitely favors the comfortable HR players you were talking about. Definitely going to expect Bunny Like Money and Andros to step in once again for such a map. Keeping the mechanics advantage in their pocket so far has been their bread and butter in this matchup against cabaré. They're simply lacking the consistency on those higher mechanics maps. I think as a C32, you would expect them to be skill capped at that point in the tournament.
Yeah, we're getting close to that stage now where you're going to start wanting to differentiate the good from the great. And you have some really solid teams here. Grease Monkey, of course, being pretty high seeding. Very clearly the favorites to win this match, but we're getting to the stage now where players like cabaré are going to struggle a little bit to hold on to any consistency for the long run, which does make me a little worried for their odds later on.
Honestly, though, if you're stepping in this matchup being the 32nd seeded team, and you're already outdoing the result that was predicted for you, I think that's how mentally it helps, where you're just kind of stepping in, doing what you can, and hoping for the best. Maybe you get a point, maybe not. So, if anything, this could probably help them to get better performances than what's expected from them at this stage in the tournament.
I definitely agree with that. As we get I think the stream's back up now, and we are just getting into it. Though I'd also like to mention that this map, from what I remember, pretty... Wait, hold on. What is the length of this map? I need to double check. I didn't write it down in my notes. 2.5 minutes long, so pretty balanced in this length. But we have a lot of early misses already. This aim is a little strange, quite high BPM with a little bit of burst applied on top of that. And some early misses already coming through for cabaré. Storm, Sasori, and Defons. Fake Defons all going down. Vinicius is the only combo remaining intact here with the Hard Rock. But on the other side of Grease Monkey, this is a much more domineering look here. Rebo with the Hard Rock. Bunny Like Money as well, holding on to a reverse choke so far. Melva and Andros both resetting their combos, but still enough to give a really establishing early lead here for Grease Monkey.
Rebo is going to find the miss, and Bunny Like Money did find the very early miss, so no full combos remaining. Rebo was that last one. And we are going to see also Melver stepping in the hidden. Of course, you called it earlier. Melver, really impressive hidden player. Yeah, so far, the scores are not looking too dominant on the side of Grease Monkey, but it's just the lacking team consistency on the side of cabaré sasoriosu, sadly. And with Bunny Like Money really spectacularly recovering the accuracy, also being very solid on Hard Rock. It's looking like it's already pretty much a done deal on this Fremont 2 pick. We're going to see a double miss. Rebo and Melver but being matched by Fake Defons and nearly a full team collapse. Vinicius really the only one to make something happen for cabaré.
Yeah, you're really banking on Vinicius to try and keep your team alive in this situation, but Bunny Like Money is just keeping contested. And this overall team difference is what's really carrying Grease Monkey right now. Vinicius is really trying his best to be an outlier performer, but the rest of his team just not able to keep up with what Grease Monkey have. And that in turn is leading to a big internal struggle at the moment. There's just nothing really they can build up to. And as we start to approach that ending stage of the map here, Bunny Like Money may drop down his giant combo, but Vinicius trades it, and it's too little too late. 662,000 score, and nothing really that cabaré can do. That's a third point for Grease Monkey for sure on this one.
You know, I feel like Bunny Like Money is the type of player you would, on paper, more pay attention to in solo for his stream scores that are simply out of this world. His accuracies, he's very well known for those very tapping intense maps and stamina intense maps to get spectacular accuracies all around. But in tournament, he's also really a force to be reckoned with. And we are seeing it once again. It's going to be a second top score for him in the row. He won't be FCing this time, but surely nearly 800k on Fremont 2 on Hard Rock is impressive. And now, once again, cabaré sasoriosu going to try and find a solution on their second pick. The first pick didn't go that well, DT1 being lost by over 1 million points, so they're probably not going to go mechanics now and try something different. But as you said earlier, a lot of fame in this map pool, so it's not to make it any easier for them.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried about what cabaré can really abuse on this, because Grease Monkey have a lot of skill sets covered. So it's a really uncertain kind of choices that you really have here. You're really I think for cabaré, you're in a catch-22 situation where regardless of what you pick, you are going to struggle a little bit. So I think your ideal is to just try and focus on the strengths that you have. and that is in its mechanics. I mean, Victor Fons is easily the biggest outlier there, the strongest player on this team who is able to replicate that mechanics the most, and that's what you're going to abuse. With those bans that you see against Grease Monkey, you can see where that kind of comes in. You have these maps here have a lot of mechanics of the aim and quite a bit of mech tech and the hidden 3 there as well. Easily there to just shut down those stronger players that cabaré can make the most of it with their limited roster. And DT3 is no exception. This is your effectively DT1, but it is got fast 270 BPM bursts on there as well. Once again, got quite a bit of aim on there, not as intense as DT1, but still present, and applying that on top is its really rapid bursts.
Yeah, as you say, it's more of a bursty map than a death stream map, but 270 is no joke on the speed requirement, so you definitely have to be confident on the roster for such a map, because it is really unforgiving if you're not on point with the tapping requirement. And with players, once again, we're saying that like Andros and Bunny Like Money on the opposing team, it's not looking like they're necessarily super favorites on this map, because you said it at the beginning of the match, the DT roster on Grease Monkey is really the bread and butter in this tournament so far. They're pretty solid all around with those gimmick players that we mentioned earlier, but the tapping all around is their biggest strength. So that DT3 pick actually is probably not the map I would have expected at first, if I'm being honest, but hey, maybe they know something I don't.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said before, this team is on the back foot regardless of what they pick. They just have such a strong opponent in terms of what flexibility this team has and capability and tournament experience. Seems like Victor Fons and Vinicius are really the only players that can try and match up with a few. And that's what they're going to cater for, really. It's one of those things where you focus more on your strengths than your opponent's weaknesses. It's like when you're in a 1v1 against Malashevsky, you know, you don't really try and counterpick Malashevsky. You try and just focus on what you're really good at and try to outshine him on that strength that you have yourself.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations, really.
Yeah, definitely. If you're against someone like Malashevsky, unless you're like a top-tier speed player, you're not going to necessarily have any good picks against him, but you just focus on what you're strong at, and that's probably what they're going to do. We're going to see an early drop on Vinicius, and he's one of the most notable players. Victor Fons too dropping, so there are 2 main carries dropping, and Storm K is going to follow rapidly, so already in the map opener, it's not looking too good. And still the Quad FC on the side of Grease Monkey. That DT roster is so impressive. Look at those accuracies early on. I know it's very early in the map, but still.
I mean, yeah, these are 270 BPM, still really rapid. We have a little bit of a client freeze, but yeah, as you said, Sasori being the last combo standing here on the side of cabaré. But as we start to continue running through this map here, was that Vinicius disconnect?
Is that a DC? If that's a DC, we could probably get a more.
I think that is abort timed, but is the team going to call it out? That's the question.
It has 30 seconds, but let's see what happens. I think that's a DC on Vinicius.
Oh no, Vinicius is still in. Okay, so just this one disconnect. Okay, let's continue on with this match here. Honda being still the only combo to go down here for Grease Monkey. Bunny Like Money Andros and Armani Dilbo all still hanging on to their combos at the moment. Victor Fons is trying their best with the recovery to at least able to outshine Honda, but that's still 3 really daunting combos that you don't really have anyone to really fight with. Storm once again dropping Vinicius. Here we go. Here is his score back now. This is a combo. Yeah, this is a combo that I'm a lot more excited for, but Victor Fons breaks, and that is potentially the seal that might end up locking in the coffin here, with Andros, Bunny Like Money, and Armani still absolutely destroying this map right now. Great accuracies from all 3 players. Armani Dilbo does finally go down, but that still is a 2 versus nothing in the full combos here. Vinicius does have a good recovery, but not even able to contest one of the full combos, and this 1 million score lead speaks for itself.
Yeah, as you said, Andros and Bunny Like Money once again the mainstays on this tapping roster for Grease Monkey, doing their job so well, and this accuracy as well just screams comfort on such a map. And even Hunter, who's been the one dropping the most, and as he drops again, as I speak about him, Grease Monkey though, look at this comfort on those tapping maps. Once again, over 1 million score difference, nearly 1.5 million now. And even Hunter, as I was saying, who had been dropping the most in this map, look at his accuracy. It's not like he was uncomfortable, you know? So, yeah. 2 full combos coming out of Andros and Money Like Money. What are you supposed to do? Vinicius, really, really fair attempt. Only the 1 miss, and over almost 900k on the side of Vinicius. Really, really respectable score, but what do you do? 2 FCs, and basically Armani and Hunter making for a 3rd FC, actually. So, really, really solid score.
I mean,
And
bless him. The guy tried, man. The guy really
yeah,
tried.
yeah, Vinicius really tried his hardest, and also the great accuracy on Defons, but simply not enough. And Storm-K and Sasori were really struggling in this map. Storm-K, especially the 28 miss score. Sadly, I think they were a little bit fourth playered on this, maybe even third playered, with Sasori not being especially comfortable. And the thing is, they're going DT against them, which is probably not the route you want to take, but then you look at their bans. Hidden 2, Nomad 5. This screams we don't want Yolk to play bans,
Yep,
basically.
yeah, yeah, literally. That's exactly what I was about to say. It's very clear who you fear the most on this. Yolk honestly, is like the biggest D-ranker but not D-ranker on this Grease Monkey team. Like, this guy is a 4-digit, but one of the best players in Norway, like, full stop.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do against that? And you just have to avoid it. You just have to be so afraid of it. But the Fremont 4 pick here from Grease Monkey just keeps that theme going.
There's a reason why Yolk does the reading replays where Corsair's closed. The man is ridiculously good on those skill sets, and you do not want to go up against him if you don't have a really confident roster, which it's definitely not the case for Cabaré Sasori banning both of these maps. And we talk about Yolk but you said it earlier, also backed up by also very comfortable players on the reading requirement, most notably Melver, for example, being a mainstay on the Norwegian roster for the past, I believe, 4 years in OSA World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, Melva's been a very consistent player for Norway generally throughout the tournament scene, and he's a very comfortable free mod hidden player, so I would absolutely not be surprised to see him hop in here, maybe even a Yolk appearance, depending on how he feels. I know there's a little bit higher AR, so maybe he's not as comfortable, but I think this is at the AR that he can read. Usually reading players aren't too bad on high AR, depending on who they are, but yeah, it's up to him whether or not he really wants to play this. I think regardless of what goes on here, this team is still really strong. Bunny Like Money and Rebo almost 100% going to be on the hard rock. I would not doubt that one bit. Fake Defons and Vinicius most likely going to be forced to play hard rock just to get that score as high as possible. Is there a chance maybe that one of them can play hidden? I'm not too sure myself.
I doubt it, because you talked about the score, but also this is a very flame intensive map, and on the hidden, if you're not 100% comfortable with hidden, it's so chain missable.
Yeah.
And I think hard rock would be the safer route for Defons and Vinicius. And
I mean,
you probably just want like one of your players to tank hidden and bank as much as you can on 3 hard rock scores if you're a Cabaré.
Yeah, that's usually the thing with a lot of these free mod picks throughout this tournament, is that hard rock is a valid option on everything except for potentially the free mod 4, but that's a big question mark. That's a big potential. We're actually going to be seeing a big contrast from what we predicted, Subaru.
Yeah,
we're seeing a triple
hiddens.
hidden from Grease Monkey here. Melva, Armani, and Rebo, all three rocking that hidden, with Bunny Like Money unsurprisingly being the one man to rock that hard rock. If there's anybody we thought would run it, it would be him. But on the side of Cabaré sasoriosu, it's a double hard rock, double hidden. Fake Defons and Safari on the hidden, Vinicius and Storm 19 on the hard rock. We're already seeing a lot of early misses here. Only Armani from Grease Monkey to drop, but the rest of Cabaré outside of Fake Defons being the breaks here. A giant one-sided lead early on here for Grease Monkey.
Yeah, you definitely understand why they picked it. They're looking so comfortable. And Bunny Like Money is gonna find a miss, but it is traded, and not just traded. It's 2 players dropping once again on the side of Cabaré. Sadly, Bunny Like Money is gonna miss once again, but you really see Sasori tanking this hidden. The 91% accuracy and very low accuracies actually on Storm-K and Vinicius as well. It's full reset for Cabaré, and it's just not looking good. Melver is the only one standing after this hard section. And look at the comfort on Melver. Look at that accuracy. We were talking about them, the hidden specialist for this team.
Oh my god, that is beautiful there from Melva, actually. Fantastic accuracy, keeping that 99 intact on a map like this with hidden applied as well. Very impressive. Sadly dropping that 99, but not by a lot. Bunny Like Money able to hold on as well to a good recovery despite dropping what could have been a deadly chain miss there. Keeping his team on the hard rock side alive here, but on the side of Cabaré, there is just nothing to show here, nothing to fight with, no combos to contest anyone here on the side of Grease Monkey. This once again will be a 1 million plus team score difference here in favor of Grease Monkey. Once again, man.
Yeah, Melver only with a slider break, and he's still S ranking, and it's the second slider break, but look at his score, look at this accuracy on hidden, man. He is looking so comfortable and doing the job for his team. Grease Monkey with a 5-0 lead now. He did drop a bit of accuracy towards the end, but Melver still with the top score in this lobby. And man, I'm so happy to see Melver in such great form. I still remember the first time I saw Melver play in a tournament. It was the Osu World Cup 2020, and the man was struggling so much with shakes. And to see how far he's come and how good he's gotten since, it's just it makes me so happy for him. Really great top
Yeah,
score in
one
that 3 month.
miss. One miss there for Melva. Nearly 800,000 score. And it's going to be 3-1 immediately picked
Yeah,
here from
instant
Cabaré.
pick. Instant pick on 3-1, and yeah, by now I think they're just like, let's go for it and make something happen. It's slider inconsistency map gonna be. I think that's one of the trickiest maps to hard rock in this 3-month pool.
I mean, you say that, yet the AR levels of this can make it quite dense and quite awkward for hidden players. There's a lot of density in this with its giant sliders in there, and with that hidden slapped on top, if you're not a really comfortable hidden player, this might be a struggle point here for you. I feel like with Hard Rock, it's more mechanics that is its difficulty. But if you're comfortable, especially on the side of Grease Monkey, and obviously Vinicius here, I think you're going to do pretty good on this. You're more the combo that you're kind of relying on here. Outside of that really difficult stream section and that end Ki, which is just ridiculous, I think there's a lot of potential for our Hard Rock players to pop off on this one.
Yeah, if they're going to make it happen, it has to be now, and I think that map pick is probably making a lot of sense if you look at the remaining maps in the map pool. A lot of them would have been really toss-ups, and this one looks like, not like it's safe by any means, but with what's remaining, I think it makes sense to go for 3-1. And we are probably going to see a few changes. It looks like Rebel, Bunny Like Money, and Melver are staying. Armani coming back, so it looks like no changes unless I'm mistaken from the 3-mod forward roster on the side of Grease Monkey. Still waiting on that fourth player. Storm K has been playing a lot of maps in this map for cabaré sasoriosu, and he's been filling a lot. And there he is again. And so he's probably one of those fill players you can rely on to get a recovery combo and back up probably the Fawns or Vinicius, as you were saying. And Yoxpai is going to make his first entry, so we are going to see one change on the side of Grease Monkey. Yoxpai, we were talking about him.
My God.
Most likely going to take hidden, but he's also a very capable hard rock player, so it's hard to call with someone like Yoxpai. He can play basically anything that's not tapping, so he's such an accomplished player. Really want to be feared. And if he steps in on that last map and FCs it, it's just disgusting. Haven't seen him all match. Steps in, does his job.
My goat, Yoxpai.
Yoxpai.
Classic guy on the hidden.
It is going to be a hidden. So, once again, 3 hiddens on the side of Grease Monkey. And 3 hard rocks on the side of cabaré sasoriosu, so that makes sense. You said it. Tanking on the hard rock scores. And Sasori is going to tank the hidden once again. Not that Sasori looks particularly comfortable, but hey, if one player has to do it, might as well be one of your field players. And the Fawns is going to find an early miss. Not too significant so far. The accuracies are looking pretty strong all across the board. A little bit of dropping accuracy on Storm K and Vinicius, but it's very early on in the map. And Sasori's going to miss. So now it's going to be a bit more significant. And Storm K is going to follow, and that's not what you want to see if you're rooting for cabaré.
I mean, what else can you really do here? Vinicius, as he still remains to be the last combo standing,
and there
he
goes.
Get into the first Ki. He goes down, same with Rebo. So that is a valuable trade, but not nearly enough to do anything of value here. Bunny Like Money, Yoxpai, and Velva still hold on to their full combos here. These difficult tech sections with those giant sliders can get really, really intensive. And dense for the hidden players and mechanics heavy for the hard rock players, like mentioned before. But all 3 of these Grease Monkey players hit them with class and with flying colors. Bunny Like Money, though, does miss on that reverse slider, which I think is one of the hardest parts here for your hard rock player, which doesn't surprise me at all. Doesn't really mean much, though. No major combo head to build here on the side of cabaré. You only really have Sasori and Fake Defons with 100 combo plus, compared to the 600 combos from your resident hidden players in Melver and Yoxpai. Rebo as well, not far away at all with your 350 combo and climbing.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where we can start to call it. It looks like it's a bit over with the 2 FCs on hidden still holding very struggling. As you said, Rebo with also really notable recovery. And yeah, I think they did what they could, and that last pick was just a final attempt on the side of cabaré sasoriosu. With that said, we could still applaud the fact that as the 32nd seeded team, they got as far as top 24 in such a stacked tournament. Very notable performance for sure on their side. Now it's on those 2 FCs to see how far this can go on Melver and Yoxpai. Bunny Like Money's going to drop once again. Rebo's going to drop those 2 Norwegian full combos.
Oh my
Still
god.
holding. That was
Guys,
a
come
hard
on.
pattern.
Guys, come on. You're hitting the hard bridge here into the final Ki, which is even harder. Melvin, Yokes Pie, man. Absolute domination. Oh, poor Sasori. Poor guy. He's trying
Sorry.
so hard.
Sasori really doing his best, and his accuracy is not bad at all. And also, very notable accuracy on fake defons. Look at this 98% on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Really came down only to the shit misses, basically. He looks very comfortable in this map, and the awkward
Big
aim
straight.
patterns.
Oh,
I mean,
Yokes Pie, Melvin.
Yokespy and Melver still holding.
They hit the hardest stream in that map for the hidden players there. Ridiculous chains and twists and turns that, for an average hidden player, is a bit of a fear factor. But for Yokespy and Melver, it doesn't mean anything. Melver finally jumps down on the final Ki, but who can blame him? He's been holding on for this entire map here. And Yokespy is there to carry on the torch and hold on to that giant combo, hitting that full Ki. We're getting into the final quarter of the map now.
Nah, Yokespy, you can't just do them dirty, step in and full combo this map. Right as the match is finishing, Yokespy now 700k and climbing on this final pick from cabaré sasoriosu. Nobody's holding him apart from Yokespy, and fake defons also with the amazing recovery. Yokespy finally drops, but man, what a score! 750k.
Oh, Defons almost hitting that full slider end section there. Unfortunately, started bringing just on the end. But as the slow session starts to really come in, not enough combo to build or anything like that. A million score. Just a stomp here from Grease Monkey. Running like money, and Melva holding on to great recoveries with Rebo as well, trailing not too far behind. And that is the match. cabaré, the 32nd seed. They made a good attempt, but unfortunately could not do much against a team like Grease Monkey at seed number 6. They will unfortunately fall 7-0. And Grease Monkey advance into the stage, looking for that revenge against Together We're Terrific.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to face off Rich Penguins, I believe, which is a much scarier team when you look at their players. You see very notable, recognizable faces in the tournament scene. Players like Rudge, like Zhang Wuyong, like Umbre, Hunt also. So quite the match ahead of them.
Yeah.
So Grease Monkey not over by any means for this weekend. Still one very, very intense match in perspective. But man, we just got to applaud cabaré sasoriosu for the top 24 finish as the 32nd seeded team, lowest qualifying team in the tournament, and they made it happen with a 5-3 victory against 7 Fed top 1 Turk last week. So I still very much applaud them for that. And very nice attempt today, guys. Maybe didn't get a point on the board, but they conquered us. We were rooting for them all the way.
Wait, they won against 7 Fed off 1 Turk? Damn.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. Shows that this team has potential. Well, unfortunately, against the 6th seed, it wasn't enough, but still really, really nice stuff here.
Yeah, man, we were getting to this quarterfinals pools. That's when it starts to get really hard in terms of star rating. So if you're really like banking on this lower star rating consistency, you simply can't keep up against those higher skill cap teams, unfortunately.
Yeah, indeed, I definitely agree with that. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're done for this match. We got about 15 minutes until we get into our next one. So, ladies and gentlemen, go grab a snack, maybe go grab a little drink to cool off. But I know it's hot in some places at the moment, so definitely get yourself some time to cool off, maybe. But yeah, aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to donate to Resurrection Cup to contribute to our wonderful prize pool, where our players get the best prizes possible. I've been Shiba, joined by the incredible Subaru Arima, and we'll see you next time.